Want to get into another case in our area. An emotionally disturbed man from New Rochelle, Samuel Cruz, fatally shot and killed by police last month. Shooting occurred after his wife called the police for help, concerned that Cruz, who suffered from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, might be unwell. She never imagined it would end in his death. Officers reportedly forced open the door to Cruz's apartment and, in an effort to subdue him, shot him twice with a stun gun. When Cruz then lunged at an officer with a 6-inch knife, that officer shot him. The family of Samuel Cruz announced their intent to sue the New Rochelle Police Department earlier this week.
I always praying that I can handle it, but I want justice. I want justice for my husband.
Mayo, you're involved in this case. This sounds eerily similar to the Chamberlain case that we heard in White Plains. Similar circumstances, life alert alarm goes off, cops bust down the door, and he winds up dead as well. What can you tell us about this case?
Well, there are too many cases where the police are called to a person's home, not in response to a crime, but to render medical assistance. And the police end up forcing their way into the individual's home against that person's will, the person speaking to them, telling them that they're all right, and the individuals end up getting killed. And that's the case with both Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. and with Samuel Cruz. And the problem, as I see it, is that we're not utilizing the mental health professionals who we are fortunate enough to be able to have in Westchester County. And individuals are not being given an opportunity to determine, first of all, sometimes even who is at the door, but there's no assistance from their loved ones or for someone who can speak to them and calm them down.
But there are a couple of obligations that police have in these kinds of cases. Once they're called, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're obliged to enter the home because that's where the calls come from. And then if they feel like they're in danger, they're obliged to take action to protect themselves, are they not?
Well, I don't. With respect to Kenneth Chamberlain Sr., the call came from Life Aid, which was his medical alert provider, and it didn't come from the home. And when they got to his house, he told them he was fine, he didn't need assistance. And in fact, at one point, Life Aid actually calls the police themselves and say they want to cancel the call for assistance.
We've got about 15 seconds. So tell me, in the Cruz case, is there...
In the Cruz case, the call didn't come from the house. It came from his wife, who was concerned that he was not quite behaving himself. But he hadn't been violent or anything like that, and the incident occurs over roughly a 15-minute period of time. So there really wasn't much time for any mental health professionals to get involved to see if they could assist.
All right, Mayo, thanks very much. I know you'll keep us posted on that, both of those cases as they proceed. We're going to continue with RFL after a quick break. Stay with us.